Cancer, how are you? Welcome to your August 2016 love and general reading. I am using a new deck today. It's called the Golden Universal Tarot. I do hope you like it. Okay, Cancer, let's go ahead and dive right in and get started for your love reading for August 2016. Oops. Sorry about that. August 2016. Well, there's some good energies because there are some bad energies leaving. Okay, good things because bad things are leaving. With the Nine of Wands directly in the center, I do feel that that is the guards that maybe you've had or that you've been placing up emotionally, and in terms of letting people into your life, I think you've come to a point where you are ready to just allow love. And even for you, you know, who are in a relationship with the Five of Swords reversed, there is that essence of like getting over it. Like you're not going to fight anymore. You're not going to allow the frustrations, and these are like the empty fights, right? Fights that aren't worth having, and, you know, standing your ground for something that doesn't even make sense, or standing your ground for something that isn't worth it or important enough to the big picture, to the big picture of your life. So it's leaving, right? Now, I've been saying this in every single video. I'm going to say it to you. August is turning out to be a very mild month. May and June have been tumultuous, okay? There's been a lot going on. July is about allowing the dust to settle, and moving into August, it's about maintaining peace and solitude, right? Whatever it was that was going on over the past few months in your life, you're deciding to just let it lie. Like, don't attack it. Don't be aggressive towards it. Don't, and again, it can be in a relationship or single. It doesn't even matter. It's just like whatever it was that you were fighting so hard for, you are realizing that it's just not worth it. Now, there is an element of, like with this column here, there is an element of, well, actually not even this column really, more so these two cards. So let me just focus on these for just a second. There's that hesitancy to move forward or hesitancy to move on. Now, you are moving on. You are removing those energies out of your life. You are cleansing yourself in some way. But, all right, there's a big but. You aren't necessarily moving into the next phase. Okay, like I said, it's about maintenance, and there's something that needs to remain as is for now, not forever, but just for now. And you here, the Empress, all right, such a beautiful, one of my favorite cards in the deck. She is stable. She is the creator. She is the creator of life. Now, I am a firm believer, and I've said it as, you know, it's cliche, it's normal, you know, you hear it all the time, and you know what the words mean, but until you actually start living your life that way, you do not have an intrinsic knowledge or an intrinsic understanding of what it actually means to create your life, to design your life. and that realization of the importance of everyday decisions, because every day we make many decisions, and every day shapes tomorrow. And when you start thinking that way, and when you start living your life that way, realizing and understanding that every decision that you make has some form of consequence, good or bad, big or small. Obviously, deciding to brush your teeth in the morning, the consequences of not doing that is not that big a deal. You just go get some gum and you're fine. Or the consequence of not going to a meeting might mean income or not income, fired and having a job, right? So there are consequences for everything we do, every action. And so the Empress is very aware of this fact. She understands the importance of these decisions and the importance of the day-to-day. So you are deciding not to allow things to bug you, not to allow things to get to you, not to continue to fight, because this is not a fight worth having. And right now, I think you are deciding to lay low. 8 of Cups, you're deciding you're not going to completely walk away from everything that you know. You're not going to completely take huge leaps of faith. You're not going to just jump over a cliff without truly understanding the knowledge and without truly understanding the consequences of jumping, right? So there's a severe sense of caution here. Now we have a couple other major arcanas, well 3 actually, so we have a total of 5 in this reading. So strong energies for you, strong messages for you. I'm going to touch on this Devil and this Magician, because to me the Devil is like a toxicity in your life, something, and in a relationship it's usually someone or some relationship that you have, and if you're totally single, this can even be singledom itself and your connection with maintaining that single man or woman identity and repeating those same patterns over and over, right? Dating the same inappropriate person, doing the same inappropriate things, or finding yourself caught in a cycle, right? And it's a vicious cycle and it can be hard to get out of. Now in the reversal, I do see that release. Okay, we have the best cards to be in reverse, we have in reverse. So there is that release, that letting yourself go. Now these people, you know, the chains around their necks are loose. They are not bound in such a way that they cannot leave. There is a choice with this Devil, a choice to move away, a choice to separate, a choice to make different decisions. And I'm sensing the realization of the toxicity of something. Now, it doesn't have to be the toxicity of your relationship, meaning you hate your partner and you wish you were single again or whatever. It could be just an issue that you're dealing with. That you have been dealing with, some fight that you've been having, some disagreement about how your relationship is progressing, or about how you are, just, you know, whatever it is, however it speaks to you. I'm going to leave it broad because I'm not really getting specifics right now. So you are deciding to move away, to break away. However, even though you are breaking away, you are not making concrete decisions one way or another. You're separating, but you're separating in a way that doesn't have a direction necessarily. You're not so clear as to your next steps. Now we have some other intense majors that are in the reversal. The Tower is challenging, emotional challenges. Something happened. Now, I am wondering if there wasn't some form of deception or trickery, because that's kind of the Magician, you know, can be good and bad. Every card can be good and bad. And, you know, like someone was pulling the wool over your eyes, or someone was trying to make you think or make you feel something. And again, I'm getting that vibe that you're just over it, and you're tired of fighting, you're tired of defending, and you're just going to move on. And even though the Tower is usually somewhat sudden and abrupt, all right, this could be a blow up or something that you've had recently. I do feel like it's something that you've had recently. I don't necessarily see it coming. And this, in the reversal, again, it doesn't have to be so sudden. It could be a little bit more prolonged than normal. But that there is that essence of things being shattered, ideals being shattered, ideas, that there are changes happening in your relationship, even though you are hesitant to move into the next phase. Some of you, if you did happen to experience a breakup over the past few months, which doesn't surprise me because there was just so much going on, if you did happen to experience a breakup, I do feel that you will be hesitant to move into a new relationship, and you're just going to keep doing what you're doing. You're going to put your head down, go to work, kind of ignore, or I don't want to say live in denial, but kind of just temporarily by choice for a while, just not participate in the drama of the relationships. And if you are in an established bond and this was something that happened or came into your life, or some challenge that you're working through with your partner, I think you're going to decide the best thing to do is to just focus on the day-to-day duties, focus on the small decisions, right? The things that must be done, okay? And you're going to take life in very small steps. You're not making huge strides right now because you're just trying to make it through. And August will be peaceful for you. It is an evolutionary month. It is indicative of transformation, and even though it's not going to be so much on the surface in terms of I don't think this is stuff that you realize or that you really can feel yourself going through. It's just the manner in which you live. It's just going to be the manner in which you wake up in the morning and you live your day, and try to keep things as calm as you can. And in that calmness, in that quote unquote tranquility, you will evolve as a person. And the fact that you don't want to move in one specific direction and you're just going to allow yourself to just kind of float for a while, is good. All right. And I don't want you to think that you're lost and you're directionless or anything like that. But you're trying to live your life in a way that's not going to cause hurt and sadness, because you don't want to hurt your partner. You don't want your partner to hurt you. And I don't see you necessarily walking on eggshells. You're just going to reevaluate your priorities. You're not going to continue fighting that fight anymore. You're not going to participate in whatever it is that's you've been defending or been fighting for. And you're just going to produce, right? This is a very productive card. Just because you're not making big strides doesn't mean you're not making progress, all right? And in a relationship or single, if you are single, had a breakup of some sort, this is you focusing on you. This is you focusing on your needs, what you need to be happy and reconnect with yourself. You know, for me, this is a very like methodical cards. Like, you know, one of my jobs entailed like handwriting many letters, because the open rate of these letters was higher when the address was handwritten because it would look more personal, right? So it was a long process. And during these times, manually addressing thousands and thousands of letters for some direct mailing campaign, I was allowed to think. and allowed to, like my mind could just wander because the task was so mundane and it was so just repetitive and it took hours and hours and hours, that it allowed my mind to wander and imagine and to develop and create new ideas. And, so take advantage of this opportunity, take advantage of this mindset, because it is during this time when inspiration comes to you. Now, the magician, even though it is in reverse, it is still the magician, and he is the creator of inspiration. It is that bolt of lightning idea, that bolt of lightning, kind of out of nowhere, like the Big Bang. It just formulates out of nowhere. You have no idea where it comes from, and it's there, and now it's in your mind. And it is through this. And again, not even only if you're single, if you're in a relationship as well, these pentacles represent the day-to-day things you do with your partner. Whether it's making someone breakfast, or just putting the coffee pot on, or coming home and watching your program together, or going to the park with the dog. And, it's those really regular things that you do, those things you do all the time, that I think will enable you to grow. So accept the calmness, accept the tranquility that you're experiencing, because it is rare, and it is a point in time where you can grow individually and together. Top one, I think. This is very peaceful, right? So regardless of what's happening in your relationship or in your love life, again, with the Ace of Cups, there is something in your life, that is not serving you. Now, some of you, that may be the person that you're dating. If you've been dating for a couple months, really, this might not be the relationship for you, and it's time for you to separate. For others of you who have been dating and you're crazy about this person, there's just something in that relationship that is not serving you. And same for if you're in a long-term relationship, it doesn't matter. There's just something that I think you are realizing. Okay, we have the ace, or the one, the magician, and the ace. We have that new beginning, but in the reversal, a new beginning, but maybe not in the most expected way or in the most romantic way. It's just that when you discover and realize that something is not serving you, you then are able to make more progressive choices. Now, there is a point of rest. Four of Swords. I love this card because it really is like visualizing and meditating. It's active thinking, right? But it's restful, active thinking. And it is during these tasks and these duties that you are able to do these, to have this type of thinking. It's very pensive. It is very honest. Right? It's very objective. It's not fanciful. It's not illusion or delusional. It's very honest. And the Queen of Wands, I do feel, is, again, your energy. I'm not seeing your partner here specifically. I'm really seeing you shining through in a lot of things that you are dealing with. And, the Queen of Wands is one that wants to make her life better. She's not happy with the status quo. Now, I say that so it's contradictory to being in a mundane maintenance mode, but she will actively be maintaining. She will actively keep things going. She will be the overseer of the emotional development. All right, she's objective as well, but also passionate. And while you are in a period of creation and developing your life and realizing the importance of your decisions, she will be the driving force behind you, and helping you to figure out anything. I mean, helping you to figure out where you're going, when you are ready to take that leap. In which direction will you go, and with whom will you go? Will it be with the person that you're with now? Will it be with your partner? Or are you going to split? Are you going to decide it's better for me to be alone? This is kind of a dramatic card. Now, there are challenges that arise from that, but ultimately it is always for the better. And the harder we fall, the grander we rise. And I think that's sort of kind of what you're going through now. A separation from something that has been pulling you in, from something a little bit toxic, and a lot of mental activity and mental and emotional development as well. So actually a pretty good reading. It's definitely you moving in a positive direction for you and your life and the overall outcome of your life. So be happy for that and be excited for that. And also be happy for maybe some of the peace that I hope you do experience over the next month or so. All right, Cancer. So let's move into the general reading. Oops. If I can shuffle, maybe that would help. There we go. We have Cancer general reading for August. Okay, that's done. There's the Hangman. Page of Wands, King of Cups. Okay. Well, the Hanged Man is perfect for everything I just said. I'm not even going to go that much into detail because it is that energy of suspension and sustaining and non-progression, and it can be frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel that it will be welcome from most of you. You will welcome that phase, and just know it won't last forever. It never does. Nothing does. It will change. It will start to move. Okay, with the Chariot, we do have that element of movement a little bit. A little, not a lot, because we do have this as well. There are some blockages here. So I just really think that the state of suspension is meant for you to start to see things differently. Now, this can apply in any area of your life. We do have some cups here, so you can apply it to your love life as well. But, anything that, we are hoping for success for, or like our expectations were set at a certain level, I do sense with the Ten of Cups reversed that maybe there was some pie in the sky idea that may or may not, I'm thinking might not come to fruition, but that will change. And it's not that you don't get it, it's that you all of a sudden want something else. We have the pages, 2 pages, both in reversal. And it seems to me like maybe some information is coming in, or like you're waiting for some information, some, not opportunity per se, because it's not, aces, but rather conversations, or, I think that you are craving some honest conversations and you're not getting it. And so this is kind of a journey that you need to go on by yourself, because we have like the Eight of Wands to me indicates communication, and same with Two of Cups, and both are in reverse. And with the reversal of, I mean, even all of these are in reverse. So the conversation, I think, is going to be stunted, and working things out and ironing things out. It's not about communicating these things with others. It's about dealing with things on your own. And as frustrating as that is, and it's hard for me to even say that because I don't necessarily think that's the healthiest way to do something or healthiest way to figure something out. I feel like that's just kind of the way it's going to go, by choice and by maybe even the lack of availability of people that you can talk to. Maybe there's something going on in your life, and I'm applying this in a very general sense because I'm not getting this being work related or friends related, maybe family related with the Ten of Cups, but I'm going to leave it broad. But, you know, support systems and friends and family, I don't think they are available to listen, because they are also in their own state of suspension. They are also in their own state of maintenance. They don't want to get involved in your life, and they don't want you to be involved in their life. And I think you are here, I mean, the King of Cups, Cancer, champion, master of your emotions. I think you take it in stride and you accept the challenge, and you are sort of mastering everything that you need to go through. I think the people in your life are, like if you do end up having conversations with people, or you do end up talking to people, or maybe you extend messages to them, the response that you get, I don't feel will be beneficial to you in any way. I think the advice will be frivolous. I think the input will be useless, and you will be left sort of just hanging a little bit. And again, this is even like stunted movement in both directions, in terms of actions and in terms of your thoughts. I think your thoughts and your actions aren't going to be so significant. You're going to allow things to just unfold naturally and not take any big strides, like I've been saying. So this is a perfect reinforcement reading for that last reading. And again, the Two of Cups reverse, there might be some issue or something that comes up that maybe you feel like you can't talk to someone about, you don't want to talk to someone about, you might even be fearful that it might cause a wedge or a separation in some way. And again, we have the Chariot, the two, right? Two beasts, the Two Cups. And to me, the Chariot is that black or white, left or right, up or down, head versus the heart, logic versus emotion. And unfortunately, it's so challenging to find that middle ground sometimes. And you're going to kind of find yourself stuck a little bit, and like you want to talk about it, but you don't. People aren't responding in the way that you need them to respond. The advice that's being given is trite and not worth it. And you are going through some form of evolution where your ideals and what it is you are wanting for and working for, they are changing, they are morphing. Suddenly things that were important are no longer important. And there might even be a little bit of fear of admitting or opening yourself up in a vulnerable way to someone. And with the Chariot there, it's, like I said, there is movement, but it's sort of being stunted by this Knight of Pentacles, which is standing still. Is very slow, very cautious. I think your overall vibe, even though you have decided to handle it like a champion, you are still moving very, very slow. There may be some indication of some offer coming in. Okay, so on a work front, work and finance front, there may be the entrance of something. But I don't think you're going to attack it. I don't think you're going to be aggressive towards it. You might not respond well to it. Not well, you might not respond quickly, or you might need time to mull it over, decide how you feel about it. How does it play in the overall scheme of your life? And again, those decisions, making those decisions and deciding, okay, what's the consequence of this really going to be, and how will this add to my life? How will this make my life better, right? The one. Oh, Queen of Wands again. Okay, now I don't like, now I didn't say this before. The kings in this deck, I don't know, they don't sit well with me. They don't, they look like old grumpy men. Old grumpy men, they're mean, they're a little bit angry at the world, like they have their brows furrowed, they're very blocked off, right? The sword is blocking, he's got his thing, I don't even know what that is. There's just like a vibe, like his legs are crossed, like it's so uninviting, right? And I don't know if that's because kings are warriors and they work hard and they're smart, intelligent people, and everything they have, they've earned. They're very good at what they do. There's a little bit of an ego there. I don't know what it is, but the way that the art is in this deck is strange, and they kind of take a life of their own, as opposed to the traditional Rider-Waite deck. Which is fine, I don't expect that at all. But I just, when they come out, especially this King of Swords, he's been kind of prominent lately. And in the reverse position, I just get a sense that there is someone in your life, and that may be work related because you have the pentacles here. So a boss or an associate or even a client who is just kind of like... And I'm so sorry for my language, but he's just kind of being a dick. And I feel like that's the energy that comes across with this card in reverse. That there's a grumpiness and a little bit of meanness and a little bit of like distrustfulness and all of this towards you. And here you are, right? The King of Cups, and now again is the Queen of Wands. And I do kind of see that, even though they're a little bit opposite. You do have some opposites going on because we have the twos and we have this, and even the opposites, passions and thoughts, right? So you do have those sort of mirror images, water and fire, which are opposites. And yet there's someone that is not serving you, someone that is not doing well for you. However, I do feel that opening up within you, that relieving. Did I pull this card out in the last reading? I think I did. I think it was in the center. Was it? I don't remember. But if it was, I mean, it makes sense, right? There's that opening up and allowing things to come into your life. Now, not necessarily saying you're allowing a grumpy person or an angry person or a difficult client or something like that. But I honestly feel like this person has the opportunity. This is the one that is providing something for you. And there is some form of a decision. This might not be someone that you can easily talk to. It might not be someone that you can easily express yourself or express your concerns, because they might be quite defensive and they might be quite offended if you question them in some way. Therefore, leaving you to really go with your heart, go with your spirit. Now, one thing they do have in common, these two energies, is their passion and their emotions. And they do make decisions based on what feels right. Like they're not the most logical people. Okay, I mean, they have logic and practicality, we all do, but I mean, they are driven based on passion and their heart. And if something does come in, it's really going to be a matter of you questioning how this plays out in your life. Do you want this person in your life? Do you want this person to stay a client? Do you want them to stay your boss? Are you looking to change? Again, I'm not seeing any dramatic changes happening here, but these questions I think are starting to enter your mind. And it is something that you can't talk to people about. It's not something that you can openly share with the world because one, they won't understand, or two, they really just don't care. And so you're sort of left to fend for yourself. And I think the message with this here is to just open yourself up to possibility and see how this person plays out in your life, how this person benefits you. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Then that's something that you need to realize. But I think there's actually a lot of questions on who this person is and what they have to offer, and how it serves you. That's a big question, is how do all these things in your life serve you? If there aren't things that serve you, now is a time to slowly separate yourself from those things and to tear away. And this is kind of interesting because it's sort of next to that devil position as well. So there is a vibe, you know, kind of jiving here with this guy that's like, it requires a lot of your energy, it requires a lot of your time, it requires a lot of your heart and your spirit. And this isn't necessarily someone that's going to reciprocate or give that back to you. So again, I'm going to repeat myself, but you are now left to decide, is this everything you thought it was going to be? Is this everything that you dreamed it would be? And if it's not, you know, and either way, yes or no, maybe it is. But either way, I think you are open, you're removing any stubbornness within yourself, and you are looking within and allowing things to go either way. Like you're willing to go with the flow a little bit, which is good. So I think that's it for you, Cancer. Very interesting. All these readings this month have been interesting, right? Different and just the only word interesting for me as a reader. So I wish you nothing but the best of luck and blessings to you. And thank you for watching. I will see you next month. Bye.